Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another session with the older man. Today we're going to talk about something a little bit more serious. We're going to turn gears away from the money. We're going to turn gears away from the relationships, and we're going to talk about a medical issue. Still dealing with relationships, but we're going to talk about STIs, STDs. We're going to talk about dating when there is a medical issue with your date or yourself. And this came up because I did have a call in from a lady who had HIV. And she's having problems finding a date. And she wanted to know how I would suggest she handle it. And why is it in today's day and age that people don't understand? And it's a hard one. It's a hard one, guys. Because, listen, man, it's not an easy thing to play with another person's health. And I know we're throwing the punani around, we're throwing the D around like it's no problem whatsoever. Everybody's just thinking, they got a pill for that. That could work it out. But when it comes to retroviral disease, man, it's not fun. Anytime you got to put up with something for life, it's not fun. Listen, these drug companies aren't looking for cures. They're looking for treatment. That's it. The money is in the treatment. Look how long AIDS have been around. Look how long HIV's been a thing. From the time I was a teenager. 30, 40 years ago? I remember when I was losing friends. Adult friends, gay friends, straight friends to HIV and AIDS. I remember back when it started. I was a teenager. I got the scare of my life from it. I'll tell you about it later on in this video. The point is, I've been around from the beginning when this thing started, when it was the biggest scare ever. And when you grow up in the Caribbean, where sex is a national sport, it's a big problem, man. It's a big problem. It scared the crap out of you as a teenager when you know that there was something out there that was killing people that you enjoyed. Scared the crap out of me. It locked things down for a long time. And so I'm looking through, and guess what comes up on my feed? Yeah, and of course, it's almost as if my Instagram algorithm is listening to me. Because guess what? I came across this post with this young lady, and she's upset because she lost a date because she's HIV positive. So let's listen to her, listen to a few comments, and then I want to get into it because things have changed significantly since my day, but I will give you my opinion. And in this day and age where a lot of people are living with HIV, HIV doesn't discriminate. Forget this crap about, it's only with the men that are down low and the gays and No, this thing hits everybody. The origin may have come via the gay community, but that is not where the majority of HIV and AIDS are spread these days. It's spread between heterosexual relationships. That's the big problem. And with these women throwing stuff around, yeah.
Over the weekend, I told someone that I was talking to, but for only a week, so maybe that's where I went wrong. I don't know. That I was HIV positive. This is the first person that I've ever told that I'm actually talking to that, saw something with. Basically, he blocked me. I've been really down about it because it's nothing that I did. And he's just not giving me a shot, and it kind of sucks. Because I've never been in this kind of position, I've never felt this kind of rejection before in my life. But I'm so happy and I'm so proud of myself because I did tell him, and I wasn't ashamed when I told him. I was very matter-of-factly when I told him, and that's really big for me because I'm finally embracing and getting confidence in this new journey that I'm on. Our hope is not lost. It's nothing that I did. And, he's just not, giving me a shot. And
listen, man, I feel her pain. This could happen to a woman on her first sexual encounter. It could happen to a man on his first sexual encounter. They could be as promiscuous as taking 5-6 dicks per day and never catch it. It's just the luck of the draw. But let's get back to the point of what this young lady and my caller have to deal with. They have to deal with the stigma of it. And my first impression is simply this. No man is going to want to take the chance, even though doctors have said, based on the retroviral drugs that you are now taking on a monthly basis, can bring the possibilities of it being transmitted down to literally zero. Most people don't want to take that chance because of stigma, meaning the reputation of this particular virus. First, let's read some of the comments from this video and then we get back to the doctor. Breezy Stomper said, I would want someone to tell me she made the right moves and hopefully she'll find one who will accept her in every aspect. Yeah, if I had found out afterwards, I would be pissed. Yeah, oh gosh. And she made me go raw? Whew, yeah, I would have been upset. Very upset. Listen, anytime you guys have any sort of STI, anything that can be transmitted, you reveal it first and let the person make a decision. Whether they want to wear a condom, whether they don't want to have intercourse, whether they just want to do something else, whatever. Make them have that choice. The worst thing to do is to go through with it and then the person finds out afterwards, or you reveal afterwards. The betrayal is hard to recover from. That is the biggest issue. So I would strongly suggest, gentlemen, ladies, always reveal upfront before they have sex. Okay? Lisa said, your comment is everything, and I hope and pray that she will find someone. Yeah, I hope so too. But here's my next big revelation. I would strongly suggest start looking in the HIV community. Meaning, it's best for you to find like-minded people that will understand your position and are in the same position. There are millions of people out there, men and women of all ages, who are living with this condition. Find someone else in that community. I am sure there are tons dating with HIV communities out there that you can examine, that you will find a like-minded match. I think that's your best bet. Stop trying to go back into the normal dating pool because you have now excluded yourself from that pool. The chances of you finding someone that will accept you are slim to none. It's hard enough finding a normal person to date that you like. You want to put that pressure on another person? If you want any chances of having a normal life, having kids, etc., I would strongly suggest finding someone who has the same condition as you do. You guys already have something in common. This will bond you together. Yes, this person said it. Trem Center Lion said, make it easier on yourself and date in that community. Exactly. They hate, Jakara says, and women always get into this crap. Imagine blocking someone who's honest and unknowingly inviting and possibly laying down with someone who's dishonest. Now the virus is dormant in you for years and you don't know who to blame because they couldn't live in their truth. To block her was extremely dishonest. He doesn't have to be with her, but sheesh, I'd be so afraid to ever date today. It's too much out here. Now starting with lies. Ladies, stop it. Women will block a man or for less than that. You'll block a man because he didn't smell right. He had on the wrong cologne. He wasn't wearing the right color belt with his shoes. You will block a man under some dumb shit. And the man blocked this woman after a week of seeing her because she has HIV. And you think that he's a man, your woman go on like this just drives me insane. Reality of it is, it's not outside the norm. People block people for less than that. A lot less. Especially women. She has something that can be transmitted for life, that could influence somebody else's health. This is what you got to understand. Okay, let's listen to a doctor. Let's hear what he says. Where are we at in this whole world of HIV?
HIV is not a death sentence in 2024. Here's 5 reasons why. A big number 1, we have effective antiretroviral therapy. Since 1996, we've been using a combination of pills, a cocktail therapy, to treat HIV infection. Most patients take 1 pill a day and are virally suppressed, undetectable. 2, U equals U. Once you're undetectable and consistently on medications that's less than 200 copies per milliliter in the blood, you cannot transmit HIV infection. Studies have literally analyzed hundreds of thousands of sexual acts between serodiscordant couples, and if you're undetectable, you cannot transmit the virus to your partner. Along those lines, once you're undetectable, your immune system starts to reconstitute. That leads to a healthy you. 3. We know that the sooner you start medications after diagnosis and well before your T cells are below 500, your life expectancy approaches that of the general population. 4. We have effective means of preventing and treating opportunistic infections even if you develop AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Opportunistic infections were a major cause of mortality before antiretrovirals were available. Now, if someone comes into my clinic with a T cell count less than 200, which helps define AIDS, and they're at risk for pneumocystis pneumonia, I start them on Bactrim, and it prevents them from developing pneumonia. 5. We have effective treatments and prevention measures to help manage health risk related to chronic HIV infection. We have effective vaccines to reduce the risk of pneumonia, meningitis, human papillomavirus, and many other infections. We know from the Reprieve trial, which was recently published, that folks living with HIV can benefit from being on statin therapy and helps reduce their risk of major cardiac complications. And we have robust cervical cancer screening guidelines and newer anal cancer screening guidelines for folks living with HIV, and we know that treating precancerous HPV lesions of the anus and cervix both reduce the risk of cervical and anal cancer. That is exactly why HIV is not a death sentence in 2024.
Yeah, but Doc, come on, man. You named a lot of different issues that do come from a person who has HIV. You mightn't die, but man, that's some treatment that has to be examined constantly. How expensive is this stuff? So what I did was I went to ChatGPT, asked it to go out there and find out how much it would. Well, this is the question I ask it. How expensive are drugs to manage HIV in America? Give me an estimate. It said, the cost of managing HIV in the US can be substantial. Antiretroviral therapy, ART, which is essentially for managing HIV, can cost anywhere between $1,800 to $4,500 per month without insurance. This can add up to approximately $21,600 to $54,000 annually. Imagine an average guy making $50,000 per year. His entire income goes towards just staying alive with the drugs. Do you understand why now it is a serious problem to actually get this disease? You might not die, but holy shit, the treatment to keep your ass alive is expensive, especially in the US. Now, if you have insurance, then you need to ask yourself, how much is that insurance payment monthly? Because the premiums go up if you have any pre-existing conditions. So my friends, don't ever think that, people should accept people for who they are. Bullshit. It costs money when you accept people for who they are. Whether it's a gold-digging woman, a wife-beating man, or someone with a STI or a STD. Let's listen to this woman here.
Hey guys, welcome back to my page. My name is Kamakelo and I am positively living with HIV. Let's talk about HIV and dating. How has my experience been? The dating game hasn't been easy. I got rejected a lot of times. Actually, I got rejected a lot of time. And every time I get into a relationship, I would disclose my HIV status. I would want to give a person a choice so that they make their own choice whether they want to be with me as a person living with HIV or they decide to leave me. And a lot of people decided to leave because they couldn't stand dating a person that is HIV positive. But right now I am in a relationship and it's going so good. And the best thing is that with my current boyfriend is that I didn't have to disclose my HIV status. He knew when he came to me, he knew that I'm living with HIV. So let's.
Okay. He knew, obviously, because it seems like you're putting your information out there. So that's one way of dealing with it. The man obviously saw that you had other qualities, which allowed him to overlook your HIV status. All right, listen, just because she got a man and she admitted it was difficult, it's very, very hard to find anybody, whether you have an STI or not. The HIV just put it up one step harder. But guys, listen, it's a hard one. Bottom line is, cover it up. You don't want any STIs, STDs and you do not want unwanted pregnancies. I know hitting it raw is a whole other level. I have been that stupid guy where I got the scare of my life when way back in the day, way back 30 years ago, scared the crap out of me before they had any cures or treatments. My friends played a prank on me that they knew that one girl that I slept with. They pulled a fast one where they told me that she had HIV, and I was pretty much just packing it up. I was putting my life in order because I knew that ultimately I'd be going. This was way back in the day, in my early 20s, okay? And that feeling would never leave me. Never. And from then, I just said, man, I got to be careful. I got to be careful. I had one other scare before I got married, and it was not an easy thing to deal with. So, gentlemen, ladies, just be careful out there, guys. The only thing your big father, your uncle can tell you is don't play with your life just because of sex. Don't do it. It's not worth it. All right? Give me a thumbs up on this video. I know this one is a little dark, little little down there. But hey, my job is to bring you knowledge. So, thumbs up. Get me over on Instagram if you want to leave me a quick message. Find me on askanolderman.com if you want to join our membership site that's about to get started. And also, if you want to book a chat, you want to talk with me, you need mentoring, or you need any other information about life, get me over there on askanolderman.com. So, until next time, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. Okay? I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.